My friends, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to jump in here real quick and make a video overall for my thesis of kind of what I think the market is going to be doing. Got a lot of good responses and messages to the video that I put out last week about my Tesla trade. I said I was going to try to make more videos, so here I am, trying to give you guys a little bit of what I'm looking for as far as the market goes. I've been very outspoken on Twitter. If you haven't done so already, please follow me on Twitter, Colin_Gladman. It's the easiest way to keep up with everything that I'm thinking as far as intraday thoughts. But I've been outspoken on Twitter saying that I think the lows for the year are in. I think overall we're going to rally for the end of the year. So I kind of wanted to lay that out in as quick a way as I can anyway on Twitter, or excuse me, not on Twitter, because I tell my team all the time with my Discord that it's not easy to just on Twitter or even in the Discord when someone goes, "Hey Colin, what do you think of SPY?" Just to be like, "Oh, well, I think it'll go up," or "I think it'll go down," because that's not the way that I approach the market. The way that I approach the market is there's always a bullish thesis, a bearish thesis, and then a consolidation thesis. And I don't know which one of those is going to happen. And even if I have a bias to which one of those might happen, I'm not just going to sit there and trade based off my bias, right? I'm going to trade based off of what the chart is telling me. So I wanted to walk you through why, based on what the chart is telling me, why I think the lows for the year are in, and overall we will see a rally. If this video is helpful to you, please like and subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Like I said, follow me on Twitter. And then if you also follow me on Twitter, you can wait for openings whenever I open up my Discord for new members. All right, so let's do it. So I tweeted this out earlier today talking about a bullish Harami candlestick pattern, okay? And what we are going to be looking for is on QQQ. So I've been very clear that I think this is nothing more than a nice corrective consolidation pattern before we get the next leg up. So today we had a green inside bar. I said we'd also want to see low volume. We got the lower volume. So now what I'm going to be looking for is I'm going to be looking for some continuation. On Thursday of this past week, we pushed up. We got kicked off of this top trend line, which was very much expected. And then we got continuation the following Friday where we pushed down. And you can see here, we basically just pushed down to that Friday's previous support. Then we wicked back up. Then we gapped up. No real crazy news over the weekend or anything like that. So we gapped up. We held the gap up. We got the bullish inside bars. So over essentially heading into tomorrow, anything that is going to be like over 370, I think is going to be very bullish. If you do start to lose the lows of today around 366, then that would be when you would start to get a little bit more bearish. But I think overall, this is going to lead to continuation tomorrow to push back up and then test this top trend line once again. I think right around 372 to 373 is going to be what we see tomorrow. And then I think Wednesday, if we push up tomorrow to that 372 to 373, then I think Wednesday is going to kind of be a slow bleed day into Netflix and Tesla earnings. And then depending on Netflix and Tesla earnings, that's either going to be the reason for a nice solid push up, towards the 380 range, or that's going to be the reason that we would then come back down towards around the 360 and consolidate again before then pushing back up, heading into some of the bigger earnings like the Apples, the Amazons, the Microsofts. So it is earnings season. You got to be careful when it comes to that. So in a perfect world for me, what I would like to see is I would like to see a push up tomorrow and then a slow bleed on Wednesday. That's really about as far as I can give you right now as far as what I'm looking for. I think that would be the most bullish case scenario is push up, get another rejection. So push up tomorrow, then get another rejection heading into Wednesday, a slow bleed day. And then in a perfect world, we would get some nice earnings with Netflix and Tesla, and we would start to push on back out after that, like I said, back up towards the 380 range. And there's other reasons other than just a candlestick pattern setup, because at the end of the day, all that matters is the confirmation off of it. A pattern is just that. It's just a pattern. This is why I try to stress it all the time. It's just a good setup. Good setups get invalidated all the time, bullish and bearish. So just because you have a good bullish setup does not mean it's just, I full port calls, right? You got to wait for some of those levels. But overall, if futures, which if we get over here to futures, I'll kind of show you We're starting to get back up into that uptrend that was the October and the March lows. So overall, had a good day. Still want to see futures clearing that 50-day moving average. If we come over here to SPY, on SPY, there's both goods and bads. I'll walk you through both of them real quick. So from a reason we're basically getting capped right here in this little gap trap area, if you will, is from this recent high over here, you're basically knocking your head on the 0.5 retracement right around this 437. You can clearly see that it was just rejected over and over and over again in this range. So if we get that push up in QQQ that I'm looking for, then that would take us up to around the 618, which is going to be right around 440 to 441 on SPY would be what I was looking for. Now, you can't look at this without seeing the bearish case here on SPY. I'm definitely getting some rising wedge vibes going on here on SPY. And if we extend this out a little bit, we get that push up to, like I said, right around that 440 to 441, you can see that would be that top trend line here on SPY. So I wouldn't be surprised at all to see, like I said, that kickoff into Wednesday. That would also take us to our 618. And anytime you're looking at these retraces, 618 is going to be a key area of both. It's going to be, a magnet, if you will. 618 retracements are going to be happening all the time. And you can clearly see here, this makes a lot of sense, right? Tomorrow, we kind of slowly grind up, get that push up towards around that 440 area. Then if we start getting that push up and you start consolidating, and then we get that bleed into Wednesday, you can absolutely see, some bad tech earnings making us come back down. If this rising wedge does play out, then I would be looking for somewhere, let's see here, we'll do it here. Then I'd be looking for somewhere around like right around that 426. And I've talked a lot about that with my team as far as, because there's a daily fair value gap that is right down here in this 426 range. So if this rising wedge does play out, that would make a lot of sense. You can also see on SPY this 200-day moving average. If this wedge were to play out, so we push up, chop around, play out, then you come down here, kind of double bottom, and then you continue the move upwards. So short-term bullish, then potentially a little bit of bearish, and then overall more bullish into the rest of the year. If we come over here on dollar, we've got a clear head and shoulders that's been forming on the dollar. So if you came down here, you retest this neckline, then you would probably get a little bit of a bounce, and then we'd want to see another rejection, and then just kind of that slow walk down on dollar. We get this slow walk down on dollar with this head and shoulders. Overall, that's going to be great for equities. Same look over here on VIX. We've got a clear head and shoulders type look on VIX. This is the 200-day moving average once again, so you'd want to see a push down. I want to see how VIX reacts at 16, but I would love to see a shove through 16, retest 16, and then continue to move on down. Like I said, overall, that would be good for the market and equities in general. So I hope this is helpful to you, trying to keep this relatively short. So I would like to see a push tomorrow on QQQ up here, then probably a slow bleed, and then you would get that Netflix and Tesla earnings. If those go well, we would get a push out of that. Like I said, if that doesn't go well, then you would get the push down, probably down to around that 360 ballpark. You wouldn't want to lose 360, but if you came down here, once again, filled that fair value gap area, and then push back up at that point in time, basically you'd have a trend line running out. Like I said, overall, things still look good and healthy as far as I'm concerned. So ignore the bear fear porn that's out there 24/7, and the reality is this QQQ looks very similar to exactly what we saw in March. And for just some extra levels of confluence, the way the 921 EMAs and that 50-day moving average all coiled up before we got the big push up. Look, we're sitting on top of the 50-day moving average, on top of the 921. So long as you hold, your 50-day moving average right around that 366, overall, that's still going to be, very bullish in the short term. I'm looking for the kickoff. If we see that, If not, or if we get, a breakout, then you'd be looking for that retest. So if you're not in a position already, if you do catch the breakout, be careful about chasing that. Wait for that low volume retest before you then get the move at that point in time. So, like I said, hope this was helpful to you. Please like and subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll catch you in the next video. Much love, my friends.